Hello designers, welcome back to the channel today. So this is the part 2 of the pentagon waist yoke peplum Kaba. Okay, so find the link in the description box down below. So what you can see me doing is that I have interfaced, okay, the lining at the necklines. Here is the back, the previous one was the front. I've interfaced the lining and then I am attaching it front to front, right side to right side, okay, before stitching. So I've done that for the top part, and here is for the peplum part, okay. So here is the back. You line it with the lining which has been interfaced. You're going to stitch it at the bottom. You won't stitch it at the top because the top will be attached to the bodice parts of the top. Here is the pentagonal waist yoke, okay. After, so when you want to notch it, right, so that you can turn it simply and easily, and once you've notched it, you top stitch it into the lining all the way around, okay. And you're going to do the same thing for the other pieces of the bodice, like the back. So once you've sewn it, you've notched it, you've top stitched it, you flip it this way, and then you sew it 1/2 inch, right, all the way along the zip line. Do the same for the other side. All right, so here is the pentagon waist yoke. It has been stitched on the sides and on the bottom. All right, and then you notch it. If you don't notch it, you can't turn it. I intended to use hemming stiff, but I realized it wasn't necessary as the hemming stiff was making it difficult, and so an iron net without a hemming stiff was more efficient, okay. So here are the yokes, the pentagon yokes. You see the excess, it will be trimmed off once it has been attached to the waistline, okay. So here we are drawing our zip line after the 1/2 inch has been taken off, remaining 1 inch, okay. So you do that for the peplum, and then you do that on the bodice part of the back, just as I am doing. Once the zip line is drawn, you replicate your darts, right? You transfer your darts on the fabric as well. You want to replicate it on the peplum too, just as you see me doing, okay. So for those who haven't watched the previous video, your darts measurement is 1/4 of your waist measurement. Alright, 1/4 of your waist measurement, divide that into 2, okay. And then 1/4 of your hip measurement, divide that into 2. And then for the nipple to nipple side, your nipple to nipple measurement, divide it into 2. So those are the demarcations you saw me making, alright, and you see me making here also. So what you saw me doing up there was I came down with 3/4, 0.75. Alright, that will be for the shoulder joining. So it was after that line that I started taking the rest of the body blocks, okay. You want your shoulder line joining to be more than 1/2 inch so that the shoulder can lay nicely over the slope of the shoulder, okay. So that was why I came down with 3/4 of inches, okay. Now this dart that you have transferred, you want to transfer it on the opposite side also, okay. Whatever you've marked here, replace it or replicate it on the other side. It will be sewn like this, stitched with just like that. You stitch it according to the way you've drawn it. So here it is. Here is how it's going to look like, right. So here I have attached the front yoke to the peplum. All right, like I said in the previous video, these yokes won't be as full as you see in the previous tutorial unless you use the correction that I had talked about in the previous video. I had to open it up so that it will be able to fit into the waist dart just as you saw. Over here, I'm going to have to open it up just as I did for the center front. All right, open it up like this, then iron it. All right, iron it so that it lays flat, and then I'm going to have to separate it at the center. So you see, I've ironed it and opened it up. Now I'm separating it. You trim off the excess just as you see me doing. You open up the sides and then you're going to attach it like that. You want to ensure that it aligns with the yoke at the center front. Okay, if it doesn't align, it will look sloppy and tacky. So ensure that you are making them align. The same goes for this side also. You want it to lay on the dart, on the dart lines. Okay. You know, I decided I didn't want so much trauma. This was traumatizing, guys, because after I had cut after I had cut everything, that was when I realized the pentagon waist yokes won't be as full. So I had to be improvising here, left, right, and center. And I was under so much stress. This person was taking her dress the next day. Okay. So I didn't have time and the fabric was used up. Okay, so I had to improvise. So I decided I didn't have enough time for the back yoke. So I didn't attach the yoke at the back. But guys, you can go on ahead and attach it. But I chose to leave that part out. And then I decided to use the remaining yoke for the sleeves. Okay, so you do what you feel best. So once all the yokes were attached, I went on to attach the top to the peplum. All right, ensure that the dart to darts align. All right, and that the seam line also aligns. Okay, I've attached one shoulder. So what you do for the shoulder is you lay them over each other like this, and then you flip it. You fold one lining, one of the lining piece around it like this. There are two ways to do this, right? So this is one of the ways. So once the shoulder is done, I couldn't get all of the 0.75 inches shoulder joining allowance in. So once everything is done, here is me drawing out the bust point line, extending it, because you're going to be drawing you're going to be sewing a breast dart. All right, the breast dart. I think it's also called an underarm dart. Yes. So the breast dart, you ensure that the chest line, the chest to chest at the front and the back is joined. All right, and then you take in the excess, all the excess that remains, you take it in into the underarm dart or the breast dart. Take it in into the underarm dart, and then you hold it. It's about 1¼ inch. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm going to connect a line from the side all the way to the bust point line. All right, and then I'm going to reduce that line by 1½ inches. You want to reduce it so that it creates room for the breast to sit. Okay, so what I did was I held the sides down, and then I held it at the chest. All right, and then I took in the excess. All right, and then I connected it to the bust point line, and then I reduced it with 1.5 inch. Hold it with pins to secure it. Okay, you notice that once the excess has been taken in, the shoulders will align. Okay, if you don't take in the excess, knowing very well that you've reduced the back length, and you don't take in the excess, it won't align. Okay, so you take in the excess as darts at the sides, and then you will have a really good looking top. Once all is said and done, it will look like a bustier. No joke, guys, it will look like a bustier. So this is it. I've notched the sides, like I said, because of how I shaped the seam line in the drafting process with the underbust circumference. It gave me so much problems. So you can use your normal way of shaping your dress without the underbust circumference. Okay, so this is how it turned out. Like I said, it didn't turn out badly. Here is the sleeve. I forgot, I was in such a hurry, so I didn't really finish the sleeve tutorial. But here is the sleeve. Here is the sleeve. I've cut it. All right, then I attached the yoke on it like this. So this is it. Please like this video. I was in so much haste. Please like this video, share and subscribe, I beg of you. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now after the sleeves have been sewn, make sure to tuck it. All right.